All right, let's dive into this whole vlogging thing. I've got to say, you've sent over some really interesting stuff about this.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought I thought I had this vlogging thing figured out. You know,
Yeah.
like we're talking cute animal compilations,
Yeah.
those makeup tutorials with the like sped up hands. That's vlogging, right?
It's easy to think that that's all there is to it.
Right.
But you've scratched the surface with these resources that you've shared.
Okay.
There's a lot more going on beneath the surface of that record button.
That's what I'm hoping we uncover today.
Yeah.
So to kick things off, we've got the vlogger, the complete career guide from RoleCatcher.
Okay.
And this guide, I'm just going to say it seems like it is bursting with insights, so let's unpack it.
Yeah.
One of the first things that jumped out at me
Is how diverse the world of vlogging has become. It's not just fashion and gaming anymore, is it?
exactly. The vlogosphere has exploded. We're talking politics, finance, even like niche topics like sustainable living or antique book collecting. There's a whole world of vloggers out there.
So the evolution of television.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone from a handful of channels to this vast, diverse landscape of content.
Right.
And it makes you wonder, with so much out there, what makes certain vloggers stand out?
That's a great question.
Like, what makes me want to hit that subscribe button? What makes you want to hit that subscribe button?
Yeah, and the guide really seems to stress this shift towards authenticity.
Okay.
Viewers today, I think, they can sniff out a manufactured persona a mile away.
They're looking for that genuine connection, that sense that the person on the screen is being real, sharing their actual perspective.
Which makes total sense. Like, think about the vloggers you enjoy watching.
Exactly.
They pull you in with their personality.
Yes.
Just as much as the information they're sharing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a delicate balance because, as the guide points out, successful vloggers need to back up their personal views
Okay.
with solid research and objective facts.
Right.
They can't just be a talking head with an opinion.
Totally.
It's about finding that sweet spot between being relatable
Right.
and being a credible source of information.
That actually reminds me of something else the guide highlights.
Okay.
Apparently, a surprising number of vloggers need strong writing skills.
Really?
82% to be exact.
Wow.
82%.
That's a lot.
That's wild. It really challenges that assumption that vlogging is all about being comfortable in front of a camera.
It's easy to forget that there's often a script or at least a detailed outline involved.
Right.
Take someone like popular vlogger X, for instance.
Oh, okay.
Their vlogs are so well written, they draw you in with storytelling, they keep you hooked with those snappy transitions.
Yeah.
It's like watching a mini documentary every
Yeah.
time they upload.
And it makes you realize there's a reason you gravitate towards those vlogs.
All right.
It's not just luck. There's serious skill involved.
Exactly. And it's not just about writing either. The vlogger, the complete career guide, points out that strong reading comprehension
Okay.
and active listening skills are also essential.
Which makes sense. You need to really understand the topics that you're talking about.
Absolutely. Consuming information effectively is the foundation
Right.
of creating engaging content.
Right.
You can't expect to keep an audience engaged if you're just skimming the surface.
Right.
It's about that cycle of learning, processing, and then translating that knowledge into something that's both informative and entertaining.
So we've got the writing, the research, the charisma. It's
It's a lot.
like they're these multifaceted content creators.
Yeah.
And speaking of multifaceted,
Yeah.
this guide throws in another curveball. It says vloggers need to understand psychology.
It's true, and it makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Okay.
Successful vloggers, they have a deep understanding of their audience.
Okay.
They know what makes their viewers tick, what holds their attention, what prompts them to like, comment, and share.
Right.
It's about tapping into that human element.
So it's not just about being interesting. It's about being interesting to the right people.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
And that brings us to the fascinating world of a vlogger's career path,
Okay.
which, as you might have guessed, is not as straightforward as it might seem.
Okay, so we've established there's a lot more to vlogging than meets the eye.
Yes.
But if someone is listening to this thinking, hey, I could do that,
Yeah.
where do they even begin?
Right.
This career guide actually breaks it down into stages.
It does. They lay out a clear progression from entry level to junior and then senior levels of vlogging.
Okay.
Almost like leveling up in a video game, actually.
So it's like you're progressing through levels in a video game, honing your skills at each stage.
Yeah.
What does that initial entry-level phase look like for a budding vlogger?
At that starting line, it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
Imagine you're building a house. You need that solid foundation.
Right.
Entry-level vloggers are focused on creating regular content,
Perfect.
experimenting with different styles, and most importantly, figuring out what their unique voice is.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes you realize it's not about chasing that viral video right out of the gate.
Right, and the guide really emphasizes the importance of passion at this stage. It argues that the most successful vloggers
Okay.
are the ones who are genuinely excited about their niche, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
That genuine enthusiasm, it shines through.
Right.
And it resonates with viewers.
Because if you're not passionate about the topic, it's going to be tough to keep churning out content week after week.
Exactly. Burning out is a real concern in this field.
Yeah.
So finding that sweet spot where your interests intersect with a hungry audience, that's key in those early days.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you found your niche, you're building a following, you're getting the hang of things.
Right.
What's the next level in this vlogger journey?
That brings us to the junior vlogger stage, where things get really interesting. This is where strategy starts to play a bigger role.
Okay.
You're not just posting videos anymore. You're thinking about engagement, analytics, maybe even collaborating with other creators.
Ah, yes. The collab.
Yes.
I see that term thrown around everywhere in these RoleCatcher excerpts.
And for good reason. Collabs are incredibly beneficial for vloggers, especially in that growth phase.
Okay.
It allows them to tap into new audiences.
Right.
Cross-promote content.
Yeah.
And learn from more established creators. It's
Right.
a win-win situation.
It reminds me of that old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yes.
They're leveraging each other's networks to reach a wider audience.
Exactly. And as the guide points out, a successful collab is about more than just boosting numbers.
Okay.
It's about finding creators who align with your brand, your values, your audience.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've honed your skills, you've expanded your network, you've maybe even had a few videos go mini viral.
Yeah.
What does it mean to reach that senior vlogger level?
At that point, you've basically transitioned from a content creator to a brand manager.
Wow.
Senior vloggers are often dealing with sponsorships, analyzing data to understand their audience even better, and thinking about long-term strategy. It's a whole different ballgame.
Data analysis.
Yeah.
Sponsorships. It
Yeah.
sounds like the business savvy becomes just as important as the creative side at that point.
Absolutely. And that's a key takeaway from all of this.
Right.
Don't underestimate the business end of vlogging. You're essentially building a brand, and that requires a different skill set than simply being charming on camera.
Right, yeah. So this career guide has painted a pretty comprehensive picture of the vlogging world, from the unexpected skills needed to the different stages of growth.
Yeah.
But there's one piece of the puzzle I'm still curious about.
Okay.
We've talked about how competitive this field is. How do aspiring vloggers even navigate the job market? That's where I feel like RoleCatcher, the company behind the guide, comes in.
You're right. And luckily, you've included some materials that shed light on how their platform can be a game changer for job seekers,
Okay.
including those looking to break into the world of vlogging.
So let's talk about RoleCatcher.
Yeah?
What is it about this platform that makes it so useful for vloggers, or really anyone trying to navigate this crazy world of job hunting?
Well, one of the things that caught my eye is their AI-powered CV and resume tailoring.
Yep.
You know how important it is to customize your application for each job?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher takes that to a whole new level.
Okay, I'm all ears. How does that work?
So imagine this. You upload your current CV,
Okay.
and then you feed the system a job description you're interested in. Their AI analyzes both and suggests ways to optimize your CV, highlighting the skills and experiences that are most relevant to that specific role.
That's incredible. It's like having a personal brand strategist in your back pocket.
Right.
No more generic resumes just vanishing into the abyss.
Exactly.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Even with a perfectly tailored CV, the interview process can still be daunting.
Oh, absolutely.
Does RoleCatcher offer any help on that front?
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
In fact, they have this massive database of interview questions, over 120,000 of them,
Wow.
all categorized by role and industry. So you're not wasting time practicing answers to questions that no one will ever ask you in that particular field.
Okay, that's next level.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could just Google interview questions and get a bunch of results. What makes RoleCatcher's approach different?
It's the combination of that vast question bank,
Okay.
the AI-powered analysis of your answers,
Right.
and the opportunity to actually practice with video recording and get personalized feedback.
Wow.
It's like having a mock interview with a career coach.
Okay.
But you can do it from your living room,
Yeah.
in your pajamas, on your own time.
So not only are you getting those hyper-relevant questions, but you're also getting feedback on how you're presenting yourself, your answers, everything.
Everything.
That's amazing. But there's one more feature they mentioned that I'm dying to hear more about, reverse matching. What's that all about?
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. Traditionally, you apply to a company,
Right.
and they decide whether or not to call you in for an interview. With RoleCatcher, registered employers can actually search for candidates whose skills and experience match what they're looking for.
Wow.
It flips the script completely.
So instead of chasing down opportunities,
Yeah.
the right opportunities could come knocking on your, virtual door.
Precisely.
Hey.
It's about making the job market work for you, not the other way around.
I like that.
Both job seekers and employers benefit from a more streamlined and data-driven approach.
Wow. We've covered so much ground today, from the hidden world behind those vlogs we watch
I know, right?
to the tools that can help you launch your own vlogging career.
Yeah.
Or really any career. It's been an eye-opening deep dive.
It really has. We've seen that vlogging is so much more than just pointing a camera and talking. It requires creativity, business acumen, a deep understanding of your audience, and a whole lot of hustle.
Yeah. And for those of you listening, we hope this has given you a new appreciation for the work that goes into creating those vlogs you enjoy.
Yes.
But more than that, we hope this has sparked some inspiration. Maybe you'll approach your favorite vlogs with a new perspective. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll be inspired to hit that record button yourself. Because in this digital age, the possibilities for sharing your voice, your passions, your unique perspective, they're truly limitless.